Legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die. When the world is calling you, can you hear them screaming out
Very, very fortunate to have with us the world's #1 fitness model, Greg Plitt, all the way from the United States. How are you, Greg? Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
You're here at the expo this weekend with Metrex.
Yes.
How long have you been working with Metrex now?
I've been with Metrex ever since I started this industry about 6 years ago, man. They are, a great company and total family for me. So I feel honored to be with them and be here, represent them. I was here last year at the UK for the Body Power Expo. Grow tremendously in the size. What does that say? It says everybody here has that same level of passion for something, of excellence, to improve their life in whatever genre it is. So coming here and seeing such growth, and I'll tell you, I always say to people, it's like, champions, they come in pairs of two because they battle themselves into perfection. But here's a collective group of everybody with the same mission in hand. When you put that kind of surroundings around an environment like this, with the best of the information, education, supplementation, gym apparatus, for a weekend of just the amount of information you get, it's just an explosion of success in a positive way of changing your life to what you want, man, making your dreams a reality. And it's just a high energy octane thing here, and it's proud to be part of it. So it's cool.
There's a lot of that energy floating around here, isn't there?
Yeah, you can almost bottle it. It's so thick you can cut it overnight.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like you've alluded to as well, the expo's so much bigger than it was last year, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year now.
And I think it's kind of a testament for a lot of things. Obviously, the management of the people who put this together, right? The exposure of that. But also, if you look at the economy right now, there's a lot of tough times for everybody, financially, emotionally. So what I've always found, in those kind of depressions, or recessions in financial terms, something that's free is fitness. To go for a jog, to find that natural high of life, to overcome some things, the sweat equity of life. It's free. It's non-subjective. The gym, you get what you put into it. It's a fairest form of society. And in these depression, states, we kind of get knocked on our ass a little bit. And where do we find the intestinal fortitude to stand back up and reface those endeavors? For a lot of people, they find fitness in these genres, and it's something that will always be with you. For me, it's been like therapy. Some people go to shrinks and psychiatrists to get some work and some help. Mm-hmm. I've always gone to that gym, the place where the voices of the world come to a whisper. I hear myself think. It's a total stress relief, and I connect my mind, body. There's nothing like when you come out of the gym and you feel that natural high, and you've worked yourself and you've gone to the limits and beyond. You're just improving yourself. You're going to go to bed that night stronger than when you woke up that morning. That makes for an invincible combination of mind, body, and spirit together. And if you can do that every day, it's not a matter of if, just when your life turns into what you want, But you got to be willing to pay those payments of sweat equity, You got to be willing to risk failure for the reward of success,
Absolutely, yeah. That's a fantastic perspective to put on things. I know the readers of the website, when they read this, they're probably going to be able to put a new perspective on their own training because of that. Because I know a lot of people see their training and their fitness goals as a purely physical thing.
Nothing in life's physical. Everything starts with a mental outlook. The reason why you're going to the gym, and on my website, gregplitt.com, I go into all this stuff, and this is really what it's all about. You're going to the gym for a reason. Mm-hmm. The reason is it's a different variety for everything. But do not go to the gym for the means to, the gym is a means to the end. The gym is not the end. You know what I mean? So growing up for me, I was heavily into sports.
Okay.
When I first started off. That's how I got initiated into working out. At a young age, I was doing push-ups and sit-ups, and it wasn't for the vanity of the mirror, that I looked good, in the mirror and everything else, and that's why I was doing my push-ups. No. It's because when I played baseball or something, I was quicker and faster. So I saw the benefit of hard work. So basically what it's telling me, if I did this right, I had more success in this arena. So I saw that correlation there. So I started working hard and hard in the gym for sports. Then when I got into the military, my gym time was still the same, but the means to it was different type of workout dictated to my end state goal of where I wanted to go, to be a good soldier, And now in the fitness modeling, again, the gym, the means to the end to be a successful fitness model with now over 200 covers, to hone in on my weaknesses, and when I came up short, why? It's a nice report card, so I can reapply my efforts more effectively to make it most efficient time in there and repair that weak chain in the chain of life, to be the best I can be. All you can do is be the best you can and show up. And that's really the difference, I think, from a winner to a loser. The winner has the ability to show up. He always shows up. Even though he gets knocked on his ass, he finds that intestinal fortitude, stand back up and reface that challenge, If you throw enough shit against the wall, eventually something sticks. you know? And that's another great thing I want to tell you, your viewers too, is some people think, you know, oh, I don't have the genetics for it, I don't have the potential, you know, all this stuff. And so they shoot themselves in the foot. You know, they start thinking negatively, I can never do it because I don't have the genetics. I guarantee you, in every single feat, in every single triumph, every single hero we look up to, a role model, they had failed 1,000,000 times before they ever succeeded. So at the end of the day, what matters isn't the genetics, isn't the potential. What matters is the perseverance to always go to battle, you know? To willing to accept failure as a positive, you know? To always push past where your current barriers are. Every day to pay your dues. That guy will have his hand raised at the end of the day, you know?
That is, to hear such a positive perspective, I've got to be honest with you, it's been a really long weekend here at the Expo, hasn't it? And, you know, it's getting to the point now where we're coming to the end, and even I'm getting a little bit tired, even though I'm enjoying everything I'm doing. I'm listening to what you're saying there, and your perspective, I'm energised.
Good, man.
I'm feeling like you just woken me up, Greg. It's unbelievable.
Oh, well,
it's unbelievable.
I've done my job then, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I hope that everybody who watches the interview gets the same input from it, because it really is a refreshing outlook.
Yeah.
Now, what I'd like to do is find out a little bit more about you and your fitness career. Obviously, I know that you've been in the fitness modelling industry for 6 years now.
I guess, I mean, I got into it right at the end of my military career.
Okay.
Basically, always involved with sports, always working out, always in shape, enjoyed that passion of being healthy, you know? You know, I think when you're in shape, life is more fun. You get to run through it instead of walk through it. The world becomes your playground. So I was always very active in that. I went to West Point U.S. Military Academy.
Okay.
Went through that, got commissioned as an officer, as an Army Ranger. And at the time, I was the company commander in charge of 180 some guys. And I was just in a hotel lobby, and I was sitting there, and just minding my own business and having a good time. And this guy came up to me, who was an agent. I didn't know him for the likes of me, but he was there for some convention of agent talents and stuff. You know, I didn't know what it was all about. And he goes, "Hey, are you here for the convention?" I go, "No." I mean, and he looked kind of weird, man. He looked kind of like creepy. So I said, "Bro, whatever you're here for, I'm not here for that, man." I'll rest assured that's the case. Anyway, he gave me his card. I did some back research, and I looked him up, man. I found he was a legit agent. I called him up because I don't ever want to sit back and wonder what if on life, you know? So I gave it a chance, you know? I called him, "What do you think, man? I come up there, we'll do some shoots." He goes, "Let's do it." I went up there, we did a test shoot, landed the cover of Muscle and Fitness for the U.S. right out of the gate, the first job, you know? And they go, "Wow, you're so lucky, man. You're so lucky." And since then, it's been about 200 covers. You know, been on TV shows and films, a lot of acting work. I've been doing infomercials and product design, all kind of cool stuff. And it all started from then. And people are like, "Wow, it's the right place, right time. You were lucky, right? Is that how it is?" And I go, "Yeah, well, there is a degree of luck, but what luck really is having a passion towards something you believe in, and that you're training that every single day in and day out. You train that, and you believe in it, and you master, and you remaster with no one watching. With no one watching, hoping one day that your talent that's perfected collides with an opportunity to show it all." And that's what it was for me. I believed in health, I believed in fitness, I was always training, I was always in good shape because I enjoyed that. And one day it collided with an opportunity that someone could, introduce to me a way of using that. And that's how it started.
Well, absolutely, because what I was going to say, it was the fact that you were in great shape on the day you got to see, but that was the thing that got you where you were.
Sure was, yeah.
Sure, the opportunity arose. There might have been a degree of luck or fate or coincidence but you're the one that put the years of hard work into being in shape. So that's something else for people to take on board as well, isn't it? You know,
it really is, man. I think everyone's life has so many opportunities that come and go, and the successful people have the ability to notice them for one and to react to them.
So what are your plans for the future?
But I think success is something that should speak for itself. If you have to talk it up, you cheapen the accomplishment altogether. So, I don't really talk too much about what the future's going to hold.
Okay.
If it goes the way I want it to go, you'll hear about it. You know what I mean? And now I've had amazing opportunities come and go. I've had them fall through my fingertips. I had them dissolve right in front of me, and I wonder why, man. Why? It's so easy to get upset and throw in the towel. Again, it's that perseverance always showing up. Any single one of them is a game changer. It's a life changer.
Well, talking of time, Greg, I've taken up a lot of yours already.
It's been
great. I've really enjoyed it. You've left me feeling pumped. Greg Plitt.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right, man.
just not normal, guys. And what's not normal is what your body doesn't know. When your body doesn't know what it is, it's forced to adapt. That adaptation leads to growth. Only weak motherfuckers in life go after things and attempt things they already know they can achieve. You've got to do something you're not quite sure of. Try something new if you want to switch it up. That's where growth comes, man. That's where your body's forced to adapt. Forced to suffer the discipline today, so you never suffer the form of regret tomorrow. That's what the fuck that's about. What are you about? It's the way in which you carry it. Meaning, we all fail in life. We all hit failure. It's the way in which you handle failure if you find out it destroys you or not. Because last I looked, failure is temporary. Giving up, that's permanent. When you think that way, guys, in here, it's not work, man. It's love. When you love something, you put your passion behind it and pay your dues every day. You set trends, man. You don't follow them. You set the fucking trends. You guys see fresh and easy, man? Yeah, man. Life isn't always so fresh or so easy. But what's inside of there? A lot of groceries and stuff you buy, right? You got the milk, you got the, your fruits and vegetables and stuff, and all that stuff, man. Very perishable. What does that mean? I mean, when you buy it, you better eat that motherfucker, otherwise it goes bad. There's a shelf life to it, a time trial. Use it or lose it. And if you don't use it, then your investment in that product, you don't quite reap all the reward of that. So that's a little metaphor, I think, in life. Because life itself is perishable. You're playing basketball and you're shooting free throws. And you're at the line when the pressure's on you. If you don't constantly, when no one's watching, drill it, 1,000 buckets a day. When it matters, maybe you miss. If you're in the military, you're Delta Force or something. If you're not on the range, firing thousands of rounds. Well, then when you pull and fire, maybe you're not putting one in the head, one in the chest. Maybe you're missing it. And maybe in that split second, it costs you your life. All these things eventually will be tested. You have the time right now to repair them, to ensure the skills don't get spoiled like some fruit and fresh and easy. See, the thing about life, we're going to die, right? Eventually we're going to die, but our legacy can live on. The impact can be non-perishable forever, but it's got to be built right. And we got to take advantage of the time we have right now. If you want it bad enough, you find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you find an excuse. It's called the body weight beatdown. You don't need any weights for it. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need any barbells. You don't need any equipment. All you need is this motherfucker. That's your weight. Your body weight. Last I looked, the person that finishes the race, or their handheld, isn't about the how big they are, how tough they are, their potential. It's a perseverance. Meaning it's not about the dog that's in the fight. It's the fight within the dog. Well, yeah, it's a shitty situation. I gotta go to work because I gotta pay the bills and support my family. But you know, it doesn't mean I have to shortcut my success in what I'm doing. I'll find a way to work this out. How do you do that? You gotta have a little ingenuity. I'll provide that for you guys. All you have to do is follow it. This workout's gonna test you guys. It's gonna break you too. But in doing so, it's gonna grow you. It's like life itself, man. You go after things. You try them. Even if you fail, you get back up. And you continue to try and fail. Continue to try and fail. And ensuring you never fail to try. Because nothing's impossible. Just a spelling of impossible. It's spelled impossible. Today we make believe for that. Stop running from the potential of what you can be, guys. It's inside of you. It's always been there. Grab a buddy of yours. Say, man, me and you are gonna fucking do this together. And you're gonna be on my ass if I start slacking. I'm gonna be on your ass if I start slacking. And I'll never accept mediocre again. I'm always gonna give it my 110 fucking percent. That's the only thing I can ever say a solid day's work. That's all that will ever find peace in. If you guys do not do that, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days. If there's potential inside of you, which you know it's there, but you're too scared to tell anyone else about it, and you go on and on, get older and older and older and older, and the windows of opportunity start to close, and you knew it could have been given birth to, but you never did it, I promise you, it will haunt you. It'll be more, it's a living nightmare, dude. That fact that you have the ability to do something and you're too weak to fucking turn the key and start the engine on it is a greater disappointment and a greater burden to carry than any of this physical sweat equity or pain in the gym or sacrifice. All that is just nothing compared to a life where you're burdened by regret, guys. Forms of pain. Pain that breaks you and the pain that changes you. That's the pain of the change right there. That's the pain of progress. The pain that destroys you isn't this shit. It's later in life knowing you could have been more and all that's left is you and the fucking mirror and tears of a possibility left that you allowed to die. Own your fucking life, guys. You had every opportunity. There's no excuse not to be the hardest motherfucking worker in the room. In all your endeavors, schoolwork, the gym, your career, your relationship, your name's attached to it. It's gotta mean more than anything. Inside of you 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever age you are, when you were a kid, big dreams, big aspirations, anything's possible, every window's wide open to you. How do you let that shut? Or do you still believe it? If you now as an adult turn back to the kid at 8 years old, the same person, is that kid proud of you? Is that kid saying, that's who I want to be? If not, open your eyes and fix the motherfucker.
vigorous activity, it doesn't like it. It learns to fight back, grow itself from its normality into something of extraordinary measure, something of, you know, head-turning fucking biceps. People are like, oh my God, look at that guy, you know? That's you they're looking at. Or it's not. Maybe it's too hot here for you. You know, like you're no one else in here. Maybe you decided to take today off. How many of those days do you have for the rest of your life? You only live once, but if you work it right, once is enough, my friends.
In here, we fight for a better life.
Welcome to transformation. Whatever you walked in as, it's dead and gone.
Is part of the recipe for success. You fail 1,000 times before you succeed. Every single person has. It's the losers that fail once and quit. Every winner has done failed. The loser and the winner both fail. It's just that the winner gets back up and does it again.
Success, guys, a very, very lonely road, man. Very few people are willing to endure the pain, the sacrifice, and diligence to be successful. It's an uphill battle. Along that road, you're not going to see too many friends. You're going to see your shadow most often. You got to trust in the heart of hearts. Inside what you're doing, what you believe in, is a worthy cause, a winnable fight. See, the thing is, for many people, they've tried the same path you're on, and they failed. As you walk this journey, you're going to see carcasses all over the place of people that didn't quite have it. That should inspire you, but you got further than that person and that person. But you're not looking to get further than you're looking to finish. How do you know you're on the right path? Where do you go to ensure that? You talk to your neighbor. No, you don't talk to him. I'll tell you about the neighbor, guys. That neighbor's going to come in, man, and if you're a little chubby, a little overweight, you'd be like, hey, man, I'm thinking about doing a routine, man, and getting a training program where I lose some weight. He's gonna encourage you at first. He said, yeah, you should. Basically insulting your ass, saying you're fat and you need to lose some weight. It's never support, it's negative shit. Oh, you should lose some weight. So then you take his advice and you start training, you start doing something, you start to get in shape a little bit, maybe at his level. Then all of a sudden he's gonna start asking questions, his tone's gonna shift, especially as you get in better shape than him. Then he's gonna start talking shit. Because what happens now, guys, is that your success is like a spotlight shining down on their missed opportunities. Success, many will love you for it. The majority will hate you. Because your success makes them feel insufficient in their current endeavor. Reminds them of where they could have done it, but they came up short, and how they didn't revisit it. Where they went at it and failed, and failure is what stood. They never revisited it again. The difference between a winner and a loser, the failure's there every single time. It's just the winner gets back up and does it again, and does it again, until it goes his way. So now you're down that path and you're all alone. How do you know you're on the right path? How do you know what you're doing is in the right direction? If you're wondering if you're on the right path, look at the small things of life. How do you do them? When you wash your car, you spend an hour washing your car. You finish washing, you put the hoses and everything away and the brushes, and you come outside to look at the job you did, but you notice the spot's missing. What do? Do you re-grab the hose and pull it all out and finish the job right, or do you say, you know, it's good enough? And it's good enough. So the thing about good enough is we don't know if it's enough. Until the end hour, the final hour, and everything's on the line. That's when we find out if it is enough. And if we come up short, man, doesn't that suck? I promise you guys, if today you never say good enough, tomorrow you'll always have enough. What I'm saying is the character of who you are. It's not the title that makes you. It's not the success that makes you. The character defines the success, defines the fame, and it starts right there. Championships aren't won in the theater of the arena. They're won in the thousands of hours in the training room, in the labs, in the 5 a.m. runs, and it's raining, when everyone else is sleeping. That's when it's won. The heart of a champion is a light switch that's always on. It doesn't go on and off when someone's watching. It's constant. It's how you look at something. If your name's attached to it, that you do it right, the best of your ability every single time. If you're dusting your countertops, do you dust around the picture frame, or do you pick the up and dust the entire thing? Do the job right or don't do it at all. That's the same person who has his hand raised on the podium one day. Same motherfuckers. How you hold yourself in the small things of life. Build the character winning blocks of the things that we'll remember for. I see them as one and one the same, guys. It begins right now with no one looking, man. And how you hold yourself, how you see yourself. What do you do when no one's watching? If you do it then, I guarantee you'll be doing it when everyone's watching. You know, one question I get a lot, guys, is, man, how do you not burn out? How do you stay true to the course when that course could be 5 years, 10 years? How do you stay true to the path, man? Well, there's a real quick answer to a very complicated question. You don't burn out mentally because you always burn out physically. When you guys burn out physically, you push your current limitations to a new barrier, do you not? You hit failure and you go beyond. You force your body to create demand to grow even more. By burning out physically, you ensure that you grow physically. If you don't burn out physically, and even though you go to the gym, you put your time in there, you check the box, yeah, I went to the gym, man, all good. You come back around, you look in the mirror, man, I'm not seeing anything, I'm not seeing any changing, no. Well, because you haven't pushed yourself for your body to have a reason to change. If I gave a valiant effort to something, day in, day out, I saw no change, I'd probably quit too. But the reason why you're quitting, man, the reason why mentally you're burning out, is because you're not burning out physically. It's that mind-body connection of invincibility when you sync them up, guys. Every transformation always gets worse before it gets better. It's supposed to be that way. The journey you're embarking on here with MFT 28 is not an easy path. It's not for the ill-hearted or the weak-natured. It's for the strong people. And before you embark on this journey, mentally you have to prepare yourself for it. Knowing it's going to get worse before it gets better. When you embark this journey, you must know that it's going to go down before it comes up. But when it comes up, it's going to go so much higher than you've ever been. Sacrificing today for tomorrow's betterment. If you're a guy that's just working out for the first time in this program, you hit a couple workouts, you're going to feel this soreness you've never felt before. That's the DOMS effect. Delayed onset muscle soreness. It's supposed to be that way. It means you're using muscles you haven't used before your body's waking up. Sharpening your arsenal for perfection of what you can be. But if you didn't know that, mentally, you didn't prepare for that, you think something's wrong, maybe it's time to stop. No, it's time to move even further. You have to be equipped mentally to endure this process. Knowing what you're about to go into is step one. Knowing it's an uphill battle, but a winnable one and one that's achievable. And at the end of this race, guys, you're going to be more capable. The first step, guys, is knowing it's a tough road. But through that effort, builds the character, the person you want to be at the end. Accept that. How else do we stay on track? We document everything. To know where we are, guys, we must first know where we've been. And when we hit plateaus in our current day, the key to success, to break that plateau, is in our past. You take a picture of yourself on day one, you put it on the mirror. That's who I'll never be again, that's day one, say goodbye to him. Behind that picture, you write down your weight, your height, all your information, your body fat, tape measures around your arms, your waist, your thigh. Record where you've been. Because when the struggle gets hard, and you feel like you're not going anywhere, you go back to that day one and remeasure, go, it's working. How about them apples, man? I'm on set, I'm on path, I'm actually achieving something. It gives you confidence to continue the journey. Record everything, what you eat, your training habits, how you feel. But don't do it alone, get a partner. That partner, they say champions come in pairs of two, because you battle yourself into perfection. There are gonna be days, man, where you're dragging ass. But there's every excuse in the world why not to go to the gym. Having that partner is gonna assure you get there. We will kid ourselves, man. We will fail all the time on ourselves. But it's a sad motherfucker that fails on someone else's terms. When someone else is relying on you, that you say, no, man, I just can't make it. You won't be that guy. You'll show up just for your buddy's sake. And your buddy's energy will push you through a workout even though you're exhausted. And what's crazy about it, man, even though your energy levels are so low, by expending more energy, you just gain so much more in the back end. It's crazy. And all of a sudden you have this natural high. Where the problems you once had going before the gym that seemed overwhelming, you come out of that gym pumped up, man, mind-body connected. Those same problems don't look so bad. You're generating solutions to them. You're seeing ways in and out of them all because you're thinking positively. Your partner, you owe that to. He got you into the gym, and there are going to be days he's down and out, and you're going to get him into the gym. Not only is a partner vital to get into the gym, but make sure the sets go to failure. When you hit failure on your own, man, you can't go anymore. That partner gets 3 or 4 more sets. That makes all the difference, man. Of hitting your failure and going past it. That's where the growth is. Your partner ensures you get there. You gotta have an end goal in sight. What is that all about? Something in the near future, relative future, that gives value to today. 90 days out, man, I'm gonna run a marathon. 90 days out, I'm gonna enter a bodybuilding contest. 90 days out, the family reunion, high school reunion, I'm gonna look my best. 90 days to become that person I wanna be. To turn that dream into a reality, I got 90 days. Today is 1/90th of that opportunity. If I don't have a 90-day end state, there's no bookends. I can easily push off my responsibilities of today into tomorrow and not feel bad about it. But when there's an end, then today has value all of a sudden, doesn't it? If I blow off today until tomorrow, I just lost 1/90th of the chance to become that motherfucker. You get the mind right. If you believe it, your body physically will find a way to make it happen. That's MFT 28. Differential of somebody winning and losing has nothing to do with their genetics, has nothing to do with their potential. It's their perseverance, always showing up. A person that's willing to gamble. If you show up, then you have a chance. If you don't show up, the outcome's simple. Never there, like an audition. If you show up to the audition, there's a chance you might get the part. If you're too scared to show up and you sit back at home, wondering what if and everything else, no one in hell is gonna call you an opportunity because you weren't present. The winners always show up. They're willing to lose in order to gain. Big mental thing there, guys. This body, as great as you are, as sharp as you make the arsenal, it can't do anything if you don't have confidence in yourself. We all fall down in life. The question is, who gets back up? You go after and you give it all you have. If you lose, at least you try, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena. When you guys find a fear, that fear will either create you or destroy you. I love fear. The reason why? Behind every fear is a person you want to be. Fear is self-imposed, meaning it doesn't exist. You create it, you can destroy it too. It's an intangible. If you face your fears, guys, you will realize it's not that big. And once you face it, you're like, oh my God, man, I spent all this time running from it. It was so small. If I just faced it, my God, not only did I face it, I beat it back, energy's never lost, transferred. That negative energy, that fear, is destroyed. It comes back in as confidence. You're like, what else am I capable of? What else am I holding my back from that I'm capable of more? What am I running from I don't need to? What else can I overcome? You face your fears, you become the person you want to be. You run from your fears, you're not living. You're alive, but you're not taking the freedom. You're not running the day. The day's running you. You always be the f***ing servant, not the master, guys. If you find a fear, the quickest, the easiest way you can beat it is initially, right when it comes in. If you allow it to sit, it will grow roots and start breaking you down, destroying the potential of the person you can be. Again, the champions, guys. It's not their potential, it's not their genetics. It's their perseverance to always show up, always willing to fail, because in failure, that's part of success. Success is not, a marathon of life with just ups. Success is formulated through failures, through facing your fears, through falling down and getting back up. That's what creates the champion. Success does not define us. We define the success.
like a little termite in the house, just eating up all that mass, the fat and shit, just get all those striations and stuff. Just, yeah. So you gotta feel, man. You got a natural high in here. I swear, there's no chemical drug out there that can reproduce the feeling you have of achieving your goals.
Lost in the middle of life, stuck in the middle of love. Nothing's gonna change till I break these chains and I tear down the wall. What is the meaning and where does it end? Oh, what does it matter until it begins? I can't go backwards, I can't get ahead. Feels like the future is dying and the past is dead. I'm caught in the middle of life, somewhere in the middle of love. Nothing's gonna change till I break these chains and I tear down the wall. I am lost in the middle of life, stuck in the middle of love. Nothing's gonna change till I break these chains and I tear down the wall. Tear down the wall. Tear down the wall. Brick by brick, brick by brick, brick by brick, brick by brick. Tear it down with me. Tear it down with me now. Go. I'm caught in the middle of life, somewhere in the middle of love. Nothing's gonna change till I break these chains and I tear down the wall. I am lost in the middle of life, stuck in the middle of love. Nothing's gonna change till I break these chains and I tear down the wall. Tear down the wall.
Personally mean a lot to all these people. What does that mean to you when they come up to you and tell you that you've inspired them?
I have the greatest job in the world. It's a job where I get to put out what I do, what I love to do, and help to inspire people to do what they love and achieve things. I come to these expos and people wait 3 hours or drive 10 hours or a plane and they wait in these lines and they come to me and they say, thank you for everything you're doing. You've really saved my life. You're a huge motivation, a huge difference. And they don't understand how much that means to me because that's the greatest thing in life. That's the legacy, that you actually do something to leave an impact towards others. And there's no greater honor than that. It's not until I come here and someone takes time out of their day that gives value to what I do. You know, that they use it to transform themselves, to give belief in themselves, to change their life, to become the person they've always wanted to be. And they come and they share that and they thank me for that. But the thing is, it's their sweat on their shirt, not mine. I just help them believe in themselves. And to have a small impact in a betterment of their life, man, it just humbles me so much. And so that's why I think I have the greatest job in the world. Because the return of investment, it's not a monetary value, but it's a value that builds legacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, the motivator himself, Mr. Greg Plitt.